YouTube is not what it used to be, where you could just hit record and people actually wanted to watch. The standards are higher now, so if your storytelling isn't sharp, viewers will just scroll past. And what I've realized is, most creators make the same 5 storytelling mistakes, and those mistakes are exactly why their videos feel boring. You've probably heard stuff like, just tell stories, or storytelling is king. But no one actually teaches how the YouTube storytelling works. Now today, I'm going to expose the 5 biggest storytelling mistakes that destroy your videos. You know that feeling when you click on a video hoping for something fresh, but instead you get the same vague explanation? It's like everyone's just repeating the same exact point.
Feel these 5 visual hooks to stop the scroll.
Feel these 7 visual hooks.
Make your next reel go viral.
And honestly, it makes the video feel average. They click off without a second thought. But in a minute, I'll show you a way for you to actually avoid this entirely. But let's get over the fundamentals first. I worked in sales for over 6 months, and I've learned some valuable lessons along the way that are applicable in every life situation, especially in content. And the biggest mistake I see creators make all the time is, you're just laying out information, but you're not selling it. When your videos come across as generic, viewers tend to click away. Not because they don't value the information, but because they've heard it everywhere. And since you didn't come up with something of novelty, something that gives it a unique angle, you lost them. And we all know that losing a viewer signals to YouTube that your content isn't worth promoting. I've been there. I've been stuck at the same point. But here's a simple yet powerful way out of this. Now that we understood what makes a viewer click away, here's the exact 3-step framework I use, and many successful YouTubers do too, to steal your attention. Step number 1. Start with the pain. People don't listen until they feel seen. So the first thing out of your mouth shouldn't be promising the solution. It should be acknowledging their problem. Before you even write anything, you should be asking yourself these 4 questions. What is my viewer struggling with right now? That could be, my viewer is trying to make the most of his videos, but he doesn't know how. The next question could be, what could have they possibly tried so far that didn't work for them? He probably tried expensive courses, even spent hours on YouTube. And the following question could be, what is the pain costing them? Not solving this problem could make them give up on their personal brand journey, which will cost them a lot of money in the future. And the last question, what is their common belief and what works instead? They believe they should post consistently and that's it. But what they should be doing instead, That's where trust begins, not with expertise, but with empathy and understanding. Step number 2. Position yourself as the solution. Now that the viewer feels heard and understood, now it's time to express yourself as the solution. Show them something of novelty, something they haven't heard before. For example, something along the lines like I did in this video. What if the problem isn't your ideas, but how you package them? I'll show you how to do that in this video. This is where they lean in. If people have a problem and someone has the keys to fixing the problem, they will go out of their mind to watch the video. It's now way better than just,
hey, I'm David, and in this video I want to talk about my best video editing tips.
And step number 3, talk like a friend, not a lecturer. People are looking for authenticity. I will dive deeper into this later in the video, but the exact moment the viewer is able to connect with you emotionally is when he can feel you're here to help, like genuinely. You should not make this a lecture, but rather a friendly conversation. Let's say you've been in a relationship for over 5 years, and your friend is struggling with his relationship. You're basically professional at this point at being boyfriend right now. So how would you explain it to him to make him feel heard, seen, and at the same time providing a solution to his problem? Because content should be treated as a conversation, not a performance on the camera. Now, mistake number 2. Your titles feel optional. Now, let me ask you a brutal question. If you saw your title right now, while scrolling, would you actually feel the need to click? Or would it be one of those, cool, I'll watch it later, type of title? Because that's what most creators are doing wrong. They write titles that sound like suggestions, not something of urgency. Titles that present something instead of provoking the viewer, they tend to fall short. And in 2025, titles that feel optional, they get skipped. Non-optional titles are the ones who get all the clicks and traction. You're probably doing one of these, using dream outcome titles like How I Got My First 1000 Subscribers, The secret for better retention. Now there's a problem with it. Those titles don't feel urgent, which can ultimately be watched later. Or never. Promise of valuable information isn't as strong as FOMO, fear of missing out. Everyone has tips, everyone has a method, everyone's sharing secrets. Studies actually show that people driven by a fear or negative emotion are more likely to take action than those who are motivated by positive emotions or reverse. Now, in just a second, I'll show you in 2 easy examples how to write non-optional titles. Let's dive in. So instead of how to improve your retention, you could frame it like, your retention sucks. Here's why. That instantly triggers FOMO and self-reflection, making you ask yourself, wait, what if I'm doing something wrong and I don't even know about it? Am I missing out on something? Instead of saying, how to tell better stories for YouTube, you may try, your videos get 0 views because your storytelling sucks. Remember, if people don't feel like they have a problem, they don't act. Make the video feel like a medicine. They were looking for it, but now they need it. Mistake number 3. Ignoring authenticity. Ever watched a video that feels too polished? It's like they are trying so hard to be perfect, so it ends up feeling fake and noisy. That's the trap a lot of creators actually fall into. They think if they have a great editor, perfectly memorized script, or even a lot of money, viewers will automatically stick around. Wrong. Viewers don't care about you unless you make them. They crave real connection. The real power to addictive storytelling is authenticity. Look at creators like Ryan Trahan. His videos aren't cinematic masterpieces, but people love him because he's genuine. He talks with you like he's chatting with you over a coffee. And creators that can create that sense of connection, they win. So copying that script from your favorite YouTuber, forget that. Take the actual time to script the video. How you talk is how I believe you should write your scripts. For example, instead of a scripted line like, today I will present you the most effective method to increase viewer retention. But here's what I would say instead to sound like me. Alright, so here's the thing. If your videos feel boring, it's probably because you're not connecting with your viewers the right way. It's lengthier, but it's you. Mistake number 4. You're not thinking like your audience. Look, editing skills, killer thumbnails, and smart YouTube strategies are important, but none of them alone will save your video. I've realized that the most valuable skill a creative can learn is to think like the viewer. The real power of content all falls back to human psychology. Do you remember how I said videos should feel like a conversation? Why do you think it works that way? Because it's a simulation of a real conversation. Your video should not feel like a video. When will creators actually understand that we, as viewers, think emotionally instead of logically? Our brains want curiosity, tension, and emotional payoff. That's why open loops, rehooks, and pain points work better than just fancy editing. That's why you need to learn a term open loop. Open loop is everywhere. Your title and thumbnail, open loop. It starts with a click, they expect something, and they want to close that loop by watching. Your hook, the first 30 seconds, it's an open loop. They have to watch to get that info, so open loop. Even commercial segment where you talk about your course, community, it's an open loop. So open loop is the single and the most valuable asset you can start using in every single of your videos. Now, if you want a list of open loops and rehooks, make sure to check the first link in the description. And the final storytelling mistake, mistake number 5. You're ignoring the so what filter. Or in other words, what's in it for me? You probably know those videos that just throw information at you. Facts, tips, and data. How does this even help me? Again, if your audience doesn't get a reason to care, with each sentence, they leave. Every sentence can be the breaking point. As I said in my intro, our generation has now super high standards. Because people don't care about what you know, they care about what and how it helps them. Your story is just a noise if it doesn't connect to their struggles or goals. Let me give you a simple example. My intro. Let's go line by line. YouTube is not what it used to be. So what? Where you could just hit record and people actually wanted to watch. The standards are higher now. So what does he want to say with that? So if your storytelling isn't sharp, so what? Viewers will just scroll past. So what? Do you notice how every line connects? It follows a pattern. With every so what, We jump between a statement and why does it matter to him. So make every line earn its place by answering what's in it for the viewer, how will this be helpful to them, and why should they care right now. And that's how you turn good videos into storytelling masterpieces. Now what I believe is you should definitely watch my other storytelling video. The information is gold for creators to have system that works. Make sure to click the video at the end screen.